JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Manhunt launched for Duppy Maker and Pops following shooting in Old Harbour. The police are on the hunt for two men suspected to have opened fire in a vehicle with 5 people. The police are on the hunt for two men suspected to have opened fire in a vehicle with 5 people, leaving one wounded in Africa, Old Harbour, St. Catherine, on Wednesday evening. It's believed that witchcraft is at the center of the attack. The suspects are known to the authorities as Pops and the Duppy Maker. The victims are aged 14 to 51 years old. The police say at about 8:40 p.m., the 5 people on the way home from a church service when the suspects, who had been standing along the roadway, fired on their vehicle. A woman who was sitting in the back of the vehicle was grazed on her right knee. The police say several bullet holes were seen on the right side of the vehicle as well as a tire. The group of 5 subsequently filed a police report. It is believed that the attack was meant to punish one of the occupants for the death of the grandfather of Pops. The police say it is rumored that a pastor was in the vehicle at the time of the attack, was the one who performed black magic on the grandfather, resulting in his death. Threats were issued to the pastor on the social media site TikTok prior to the attack. Man fatally shot in Christiana, Manchester. The police in Manchester have launched an investigation into the murder of a man in line of Parish District, Christiana, on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as 31-year-old Cleon Russell, otherwise called Tajay. It is reported that at about 5:20 p.m., Russell was in the area when he was shot and killed by unknown assailants. The Christiana Criminal Investigation Branch is probing the incident. 5 arrested after a gun and ammo seized in Westmoreland. 5 people, including a woman, are in police custody following a gun and ammunition seizure by the Westmoreland police. A Ruger pistol with 3 magazines, along with 21 rounds of ammunition, was discovered in Whitehall, Negril, during an operation on Wednesday. Reports are that at about 12:30 p.m., lawmen were in the area when the premises that were occupied by 1 woman and 4 men were searched, and the weapon and ammunition were discovered wrapped in a cloth bag under the house. All 5 people were taken into custody. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigation. St. James Police launch manhunt for alleged robbers. The St. James Police are said to be on the hunt for 2 men alleged to be robbers following a motor vehicle accident on the Mount Pelion Main Road on Wednesday afternoon. Reports are that the men were traveling in a Nissan 80 wagon when it collided with a Toyota Vauxhall motor car in the vicinity of the Great River Bridge. According to a police officer familiar with the investigation, the police, at the time of the accident, managed to arrest one of the men traveling in the Nissan motor car, but the other 2 escaped. It's however unclear what led the police to make the determination that the men were robbers. The collision left the driver and the female occupant of the Vauxhall with injuries. They were taken to hospital for treatment. The police continue to investigate the matter. 15-year-old student stopped with burglary charges after allegedly stealing car in Portmore. A 15-year-old student of Hellshire, St. Catherine, has been charged with burglary and larceny of a motor vehicle after he reportedly broke into a house in Portmore and later drove away a vehicle that was parked at the premises. Reports from the Hellshire police are that the teenager and another man allegedly broke into the complainant's home on Wednesday, August 21, and stole a cell phone, a purse, and car keys. It's alleged that the culprits then made their escape by driving away the complainant's Suzuki Swift motor vehicle. A report was made to the police, and the teenager was reportedly caught aboard the vehicle in Christiana, Manchester on Sunday, August 25. It was subsequently charged and is now awaiting a court date. Ex-cop remanded on shooting charge. A quest over former police constable released from custody was opposed by a parish judge on Tuesday in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court. Odin Miller will remain in custody until September 19, when his fate will be decided in the Gun Court Division of the Home Circuit Court. Miller appeared before Parish Judge Leighton Morris, facing charges of wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. This following the outcome of investigations led by the Independent Commission of Investigations of a 2015 incident and a ruling by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Miller was charged in relation to a shooting of a woman at an apartment complex in Kingston 14. She received a gunshot wound to the neck. The former constable is represented by attorney at law Clayton Lawrence, who indicated to Justice Morris that although he's yet to receive disclosure of the Crown's files, he wants to make a bail application, but his address to the bench was quickly shot down. There are multiple reasons why I cannot entertain your request. It is the jurisdiction and the nature of the matter, and I don't think it is wise to an application, and I decline that request, Morris said. Hurricane Beryl school repair bill now at $3 billion. It will now cost more than $3 billion to fund repairs to the 362 schools that were damaged by Hurricane Beryl, Education Minister Favour Williams has revealed. The Education Ministry had initially given a preliminary figure of $2.7 billion, but at a post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, Williams divulged that the figures increased as the number of schools needing renovations have also climbed.
So as we looked at the 362 schools, we had to place them in priority groups. So priority 1 would be the severely damaged schools, 107 of those. And we know we definitely had to do the work to get those fixed in order for them to be up and ready. Priority 2 schools are schools that are moderately damaged. What's damaged at those schools can be fixed while schools are in session. And priority 3, minor damage, 116.
Minister Williams says the ministry will need to tap into the supplementary budget to fund the repairs.
We're always asking for more money. That's the nature of the ministry. Yes, of course, we have to. We have a better assessment now than we did right after the hurricane, and so we have to present the case to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. And on our side, we have to be efficient with the funds that we have that were already allocated to us, because we know it's additional burden on the national budget as a result of the hurricane.
The new academic year is set to begin on September 2. Minister Williams says contractors are working in earnest to meet the deadline.
Hurricane hit us on July 3rd. School is to open September 2nd, so that's about 8 weeks or so to really get things in gear, something that we have never done before, but based on these contractors just rallying to the task, and our building officers or regional directors, everyone, we are at a good place today.
JPS says powerfully restored to St. Elizabeth 3 days ahead of schedule. President of the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPSCO, Hugh Grant, is reporting that the company has completed restoration of electricity to all communities in St. Elizabeth 3 days ahead of its August 31 deadline. Grant made the announcement this afternoon at a JPS-sponsored back-to-school treat held in the Ginger Hill community in the parish. St. Elizabeth was among the worst affected by the passage of Category 4 Hurricane Beryl on July 3. The infrastructure was severely damaged, which resulted in the Light and Power Company taking almost 2 months to restore electricity to the entire parish.
And on the point of restoration, I have a very important announcement to make. Let me say that again. On the point of restoration, I have a very, very important announcement to make. JPS has now completed power restoration in the parish of St. Elizabeth 3 days ahead of schedule. Let me say that again. JPS has completed power restoration to the parish of St. Elizabeth 3 days ahead of schedule. And right in time for back to school, one of the biggest events in the lives of our young people and their families. We have forged amazing partnerships, and you all have been patient, allowing our teams time to do this rebuild and restoration. Sections of the network has been completely rebuilt, And this rebuilding will continue in the ensuing weeks, and that will be done on a planned basis. I want to be clear, some customers may still have issues on their properties, which is preventing them from receiving supply. But their communities are back. So we are working with those customers to have those issues resolved.
JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.